Hey yo, it's Brian here. Today, talking about the San Francisco 49ers. In this one, going to be talking about the defensive backs roster prediction, start, cut, bench. This is the last part of all the rosters, every position from the quarterbacks all the way to the linebackers have been talked about. This is going to be the last one, defensive backs. A little bit interesting. There's a lot of guys right now on this roster. Well, for a 90-man initial roster, then we're going to have to cut it down to 55. 49ers last year, they kept about 6 cornerbacks and 3 safeties. They only kept 3 because the other 3 guys that were safeties, they could play cornerback as well. So that's good right there. Pretty much going to be picking 9 to 10 defensive backs as a whole, more cornerbacks and then safeties. Got to kind of separate them a little bit. Let's see where that takes us to. I'm excited to talk about this. I'm excited to talk about our defensive backs. They were a little bit shaky in the playoffs somewhat, but I think they can have a rebound season and do great hopefully for 2020. Hope you guys had a great Saturday. I kind of did. Nothing too crazy going on. You know, a lot of things are still happening in this world, and hopefully it can get better and better and better as time goes by. Let's get this video started, but before I do, please like and subscribe. That's going to definitely help me out a lot. Click that bell notification to get notified of future videos. Share this channel, share this content with other faithfuls. Let's get this started. 49ers roster predictions, defensive backs. All right, time to talk about the cornerback position in particular right now. For the most part, the roster last year, initial 53-man roster, is going to be very similar to this year. They were a great team in 2019, as you all know. Defensive backs, it was a little bit shaky near the end, but still, I think they're a great unit with a little bit more chemistry. They can do great things in 2020. First up, the quarterback position in particular, 6 guys that they picked last year, so I'll probably go around that ballpark. Richard Sherman, he definitely deserves a spot. Shutdown quarterback, he came back in 2019, minus Super Bowl 54. Other than that, he had a great year, and hopefully he keeps up in 2020. He is getting up there a little bit in age. He's about 32, 33 years old as of this video. So he's thinking about going to a safety, and I do not blame him at all if he does make that transition later on in the future. But for right now, 2020, he will be a cornerback. I think he's going to do really well for us in San Francisco this year. Keep that shutdown quarterback form. He's the first guy. Number 2 guy, K1 Williams, nickel cornerback. Very important part of our defense. We run a lot of nickel cornerbacks position defense pretty often, so he's the guy for that. Very underrated player. A lot of guys don't really give him enough credit for what he's done for the 49ers defense. I think he deserves a lot of honors on what he's done for this 49ers defense. Williams is definitely in. Third guy to take into account, Emmanuel Moseley. He would probably be the starter opposite to Richard Sherman in 2020. He did a great job covering for Ahkello Witherspoon a couple of times, one when he got injured early on in the season, also when the playoffs when he was struggling a little bit. Number 23, Moseley, he stepped up. He was able to do a great job for that. Has a lot of confidence. He just has that quote-unquote swag on our 49ers defense. I hate using that word. Moseley, great player. He deserves a lot of credit also for what he's done for the 49ers defense. I expect him and Sherman to do really well opposite to each other for cornerback position. So 3 guys so far. Those are pretty much going to be our starters full-time. Other guys, you know, they can come in and out of the rotation. It's going to be pretty similar, as I said, to 2019. Another guy to take into account to, probably Ahkello Witherspoon. Yes, I know, right? Mr. Birdman, Toastman, but I feel like Robert Saleh will probably give him another chance to see what he can do in 2020. Maybe just his confidence was down a little bit because when he was playing early on in 2019, he was becoming a shutdown cornerback. I wouldn't go that far, but he was playing really well in 2019 early on before he got hurt, and then Moseley took over. After that, he was never the same guy. He kept getting burned. Some of the games he almost cost us. I mean, you look at the Vikings game in the divisional round. You look at the Seattle game week 17. We yanked him for Moseley. Moseley played really well. So maybe his confidence is shot up, but I feel like for the 49ers front office in particular, they might keep him just for one more year, give him another chance, and that's just my stance right there. Would I cut him? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, it depends on training camp. If we do have a training camp, preseason, if we have a preseason, see what he's able to do with that opportunity again to make another comeback as a starter, I guess. But Witherspoon, you know, I think he's inside looking out a little bit, but I just feel like management will give him another chance. He will be on the roster come week 1. So that's 4 guys so far for the 49ers. Another guy to take into account, DJ Reed. I mean, he's kind of a cornerback, but at the same time, he's more of a special teams guy, so he's a very valuable piece to that. Special teams is a really big need for the 49ers. Reed does a really good job for us in San Francisco. So he will be the 5th cornerback taken with our roster spot predictions. 6th guy to looking forward to. A little bit difficult. I mean, you got new guys like DeMarkus Acy. I think that's how you say his name. Undrafted player. I talked about him a little bit on my video a couple of months ago. Also, you have Jason Verrett. What do you do with him? Is he going to be back to I guess, a great cornerback like he was a couple of years ago. I mean, it seems like a long time ago that he was a shutdown cornerback in San Diego. Now he's just injury riddled. He didn't have the best games of his life. I think the game against the Steelers, man, he was just burnt toast in that game. But he was coming back from injury, to be fair. But yeah, I want to give him another chance. But I mean, is he worth that roster spot for the 49ers? I don't know. Man, who do you give it to? I think the 49ers, they might give Verrett one more chance, maybe. I mean, there's a lot of one more chances with the cornerbacks in particular, but Verrett, I just feel like he got an unfair chance in 2019. He was coming off an injury real quickly. I think an Achilles injury or ACL injury. It was a bad injury a couple of years ago. I hope to see Verrett this year in a 49er uniform, see if they can get some good value out of him coming back from an injury. We'll see then. I think if we'll get the edge over DeMarkus Acy and other guys like Tim Harris that was drafted last year, those two guys, they could probably be on the roster. They might be practice squad players. I don't know yet. Harris, he was injured last year, so he didn't play at all for us in San Francisco. Acy, I hope they give him a chance to do really well. In 2020, they gave him a lot of signing bonus money, so that's a good sign right there. Verrett, I think he'll be taking the last spot. So really looking at the 49ers website of the initial 53-man roster last year, it's pretty much the same guys, rightfully so, because most of these guys, they played really well. They either contribute on special teams. They do really well in the cornerback position in particular for most of the year in 2019. These are some of the guys that might get another opportunity to crack the wall, do well for 2020 due to their redemption year from 2019 because they had not the best years of their lives. I'm going to just keep it pretty standstill for the cornerback position. These are the guys they're going to be rolling forward to in 2020 unless they want to get some new players, but that's my thing on the cornerbacks. Safety position, they kept 3 last year. They kept Jimmy Ward, Jaquaski Tart, Tarvarius Moore. To be honest with you, I'm not really going to change anything too much. Maybe you could add Marcell Harris. I think he's a great opportunity player. I mean, he is a big raw talent, I would say. He is a great tackler. Well, he's a very physical tackler, but, can he get to quarterbacks? Can he do other things for the 49ers defense? I don't know, but I love Harris. I think they should give him an opportunity. He is raw, as I said, but I think there's some great potential in him. So if you want to keep a safety position in particular, Harris would be the guy to keep for the fourth safety spot. Jimmy Ward, he's going to stay definitely. He got a big contract from the 49ers this past offseason chart. He's known to be a very valuable guy. He's had some very nice plays in the 49ers season 2019. The strip on DK Metcalf, that was awesome right there. Moore, he had an interception on Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. That's very impressive. Those guys I would keep for the safety position. The 1+ player they can keep for the 55-man roster. They could use it on Harris, but we'll see then. So those 4 guys, if it's 3 guys, Jimmy Ward, Tart, Moore, they definitely will be on the roster. As I said, it's pretty much the same team from the cornerback position in 2019. When they started off week 1, they're pretty much going to start off the same thing in 2020, in my opinion, in my prediction. That's pretty much it, you guys. I know it's a little bit kind of a repetitive thing to talk about the same players, but if something's not broken, don't fix it. Please let me know what you guys think about the cornerback position in particular. I like to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. If you guys like this, please like and subscribe. That's going to definitely help you out a lot. I'll be catching you guys up tomorrow, maybe on a Sunday, if not on a Monday. I'll see y'all then. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Go Niners all day. Thank you for watching this live premiere.